September 2025 saw a lot of renumberings and new series from DC. One of the new series I've personally taken interest in is Adventures of Superman, Book of El. So far we've got 2 issues, but if someone decided to jump in without wanting to go back a few years worth of comics, they might be a little confused about a couple of things. Some things like, what is Fallujah, who are the Kent's new adopted twins Otho and Osul, and who is this new threat to the Man of Steel, kryl-ux? To answer these questions, we have to go back in the archive to the 2021 and 2022 Warworld Saga. To start, what is Fallujah? The first mention of Fallujah was by Lois, after Clark and John saved 3 prisoners aboard a falling Warworld ship, with one of the prisoners speaking a prayer in an ancient Kryptonian language. The Fallujians were a colony of Kryptonians shunned by the rest of society, to the point they actually left Krypton thousands of years ago. Lois reads about the Fallujians in the Library of Kandor and assumes the people that they've rescued are of that descent. The only prisoner that wakes up is otho-ra, who betrays her orders after some convincing from the Warworld ruler, Mongul, to remove everyone Superman holds dear at the threat that he removes the rest of her people. Superman vows to save the rest of the Fallujians being held prisoner, recruiting a group called the Authority for help since he and the League weren't exactly seeing eye to eye, and sets off for Warworld. As soon as they arrive at Warworld, Superman is shown a number of Fallujians stuck on pikes, slain by Mongul to bait the Man of Steel to him. Clark takes the bait and enters Mongul's arena. Things don't exactly go his way, quickly losing a member of his team and fighting in a weakened state due to a synthetic red sun being generated on the planet, leading to his and the Authority's capture. Superman is thrown into a cell where we're introduced to the remaining Fallujians, primarily otho-ra, osul-ra, and kryl-ux, all of which have been fighting in Mongul's arena for survival. It takes a bit for the Fallujians to trust Clark, but eventually he gains their favor. Kryl-ux and the last son of Krypton escape their cell to find an element known as Genesis that emits huge amounts of energy and radiation that gives a weakened Superman the strength to mount an uprising. At their refugee camp, Superman is taken aside by the storyteller byla-esh and told the tale of Olgrin the God, finding out that there are 7 parts of the old god and that one, the Fire of Olgrin, is within the ever-changing necropolis that they sit in. Superman, kryl-ux, and the kids, Otho and Osul, go to retrieve the Fire of Olgrin, while the remaining members of the Authority go on separate missions. On their way through the necropolis, Otho and Osul ask to be taken to Earth with Clark once their crusade is complete. Superman obtains the fire only for kryl-ux to betray him, allowing Mongul to slay Osul in front of him and Otho. However, Supes uses the Fire of Olgrin to restore the child back to life and goes on the offensive. The fight ends with kryl-ux backstabbing Mongul, taking his life, and saying that he hopes Superman can look at him as a friend once more after he avenges his family and the other Fallujians lost to Mongul's bloodlust. This brings us to the new series, Adventures of Superman, Book of El, where kryl-ux has taken the position of Mongul and leads the inhabitants of Warworld in an attack on Earth. Now using the spark of Olgrin, the new Mongul sends Clark to the distant future so that the Man of Steel can't get in the way of what he has planned. The first 2 issues of Book of El have really grabbed my attention, and I'm interested to see what Superman does in the future with the remaining Kents and his eventual face-off with kryl-ux, now powered by the spark of Olgrin. But what do you all think? How do you feel about Clark being sent to the future, and what do you think of kryl-ux's return and the reveal of who the old man in the Fortress of Solitude is? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe for future uploads. Hope to see you in the next one.